I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is Tabletop Tastings. Les, I'm super excited to be back for another full playthrough. What do we do for a playthrough?
So this is kind of exciting because I reveal a game to you that you've never seen or played before. I teach you how to play it, thus teaching the audience. I've given you a theme to go with the board game, and you've brought a whiskey to pair with that. So you'll tell a little story about that, we'll enjoy it, we'll do a full playthrough of the game, we'll enjoy the whiskey, and then we'll reflect on the pairing afterwards.
Awesome. I cannot wait to get started. Les, what are we playing today?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Steve, because the game we played released back in 2023, but since that time, it's still been in the top 100 ranked games on BGG. It was designed by Isra and I think he just goes by Isra, and Sheila Santos, who just goes by Sheil or something. That's cool. But anyway, they're both board game designers from Madrid, Spain.
Sorry about the names.
It's terrible for me. They have had lots of experience in developing board games and card games for a number of large and small publishers. What's exciting though is that they have their own company called Llama Dice, and they've worked on a number of games together, including the one that we're about to play here. The artwork was done by Jean Deriet from Barcelona, who also has over a dozen games under his belt, plus some books, some food packaging, even some toys. It's published by Devir, who is one of the largest publishers of modern games in Spanish, Portuguese, and Catalan. And they also, of course, make English games. Have you ever wanted to utilize a Japanese clan where warriors stand guard at the walls, courtiers care for the castle, and gardeners tend to the pawns?
Have I ever?
Well, if so, Steve, it's a good day for you, because with an 8.0 rating on BGG, today we'll do just that with the 1 to 4 player game, The White Castle.
Ooh. Nice.
Steve,
welcome seen this. I really want to play
The
this.
White Castle.
Ooh, this is awesome.
So, in The White Castle, it's a dice drafting game where we're going to build a little bit of an engine for our economy. But essentially, we've got 3 different types of caretakers for our castle here. So we've got our gardeners. So gardeners are in the middle row here, and they tend to the ponds over by the bridges. With the gardeners, to put them out, they require food. So each of the locations that they can go have a food cost to them. So this one here costs 4 food. This one costs 1 food. And then in this game, wherever you see yellow fans, which you'll see in the bottom corners of each of these, that's how many points they're worth at the end of the game. So in this case here, it costs 4 food to go, but you get 7 points at the end of the game. Here it only costs 1 food to go, but you get just 1 point at the end of the game. One of the bonuses though is we're going to be drafting dice from these different bridges that are here, and any gardeners that we have in these spaces, when we play the gardener, we'll get the little bonuses that are next to them, but also at the end of the round, if there's still any dice left on that bridge, we'll get those bonuses again. So it's kind of a gift that keeps giving, as long as there's dice left on those bridges. Next, we've got our courtiers, and our courtiers are in the top row here, and what they do is they will tend to the actual castle itself, which is this kind of region here. Now, courtiers, to come out, they'll always start off at the gate, or the entranceway to it. So we pay 2 coins for them to start off at the gate, and then for them to advance up through levels within the castle, we have to pay with pearls, which have a different name to them, but they look like little pearls. I'll actually look it up here. They are mother of pearl. So we pay with our mother of pearl resource on our board here. Notice that we've got, food, iron, and mother of pearl. They're all set to 0 right now. So one of the main things we're going to be trying to do is collect those resources so that we can get our gardeners over here, which we pay for food. We can get our courtiers advanced up through the castle, which we pay for with mother of pearl. And then last but not least, we've got our soldiers. And our soldiers, they've got the little swords there. They're pretty cool looking.
Very neat. Little samurai.
So we pay for iron with them, and there's 3 different areas that they go. So they can go in these different spaces over here. Each of them have a different iron cost for the soldier to go there. However, whenever they go there, you'll get whatever bonus is tied atop each of those. And with the courtier as well, whenever they advance, you choose a room for them to stop into. The room they stop into, you actually get to collect the card that's there, and the card that's there is going to end up earning you more income and other bonuses as we go through and play the game. Getting to the top of the castle nets you immediate bonuses there as well. We also have our influence track here, which is led by our little swans. So we'll progress along there. Once we get to somewhere that requires daimyo, in order to cross that, we have to pay the daimyo charge for it. We've got our round marker, which is that black kind of fish dragon thing. And if you could stand him up and put him on space number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Eh? The game is played over 3 rounds.
Okay.
And really we just have 3 turns per round. So we're taking a total of 9 actions throughout the course of our playthrough. There are a few other spaces that we can go as well. We can go down here, which is the well. And the well is kind of nice. It gives you a daimyo and a food and a iron. We can also come over here, which is outside. And when we put a dice here, we'll take the corresponding action next to it. So whenever we see the bridge, that means we put a gardener at one of the spots along the bridge. Whenever we see the castle, we put our courtier up at the gate. Okay. And whenever we see the outside kind of training yard, we put one of our warriors out at those spots, as long as we can pay the costs for it. So here's kind of where the magic of this game comes into play, is whenever we draft the dice, we have to choose either to draft one from the left side or from the right side of the bridge. So you can take any color, but the dice you choose, if you take it from the right side, they're always higher values. And what happens is each of these spots have dice values on them. Whenever you put a dice on a spot, which you can put a dice on any of the spots, if the dice value is higher than the number that's printed there, you get to gain that in resources. So this is where the well is. It's a 1, so it's a good way to make money, because you can put a 6 on there and collect $5, the difference between it. But if the dice you're putting on is lower, so if I were to take a 1 from here and play it over here, the cost is 4. I actually have to pay that difference then, because my value is lower than what's printed there, so I would have to pay $3. The other thing with placing our dice is that there's little color markers on the board here. So if I were to take this black 6, for example, and play it here, I can't do anything because there's no black dice there. If I put it over here, I'd collect $2 because it's higher than the 4. And then I could do the top action because it's black. And the top action here matches that symbol, which is place a courtier in the gates of the castle. If I were to come over here, I get to collect 3 gold because it's 3 higher. And then I could take the heron action, which allows you to move your marker up on the influence track. And I could also pay a daimyo, if I have one, in order to place a gardener at the gate. So essentially wherever these dice go, the colors have to match. And if they do match, you can take all of the matching colored actions according to it. The well requires no color, and placing down here outside the gates requires no color either. The other thing we have is on our boards, there are different colors here also. And they're all 6s, so you're usually going to be paying some cash for it unless you're playing a 6 for it. But in this example, the black 6, I could play in the black row, and then I get to gain an iron. If I were to play it down on the 6, I get to gain a mother of pearl. If I put it up at the top, I get to gain a food. And as more of our workers go out to tend to the castle, we'll get more and more resources each and every time we play this. So higher values on the right hand side, lower values on the left, but what's also on the left is there's lanterns here. And whenever we get a dice from the left, we automatically get the lantern bonus. And the lantern bonus lines up to our board here. Now, right now we don't have any cards here, but we're going to in a minute or so. And then we'll collect whatever the bonuses are there. So typically always taking from the left-hand side will grant you bonuses. Okay, so Steve, that's quite a bit.
It is.
Before we get into gameplay for the first round, I feel like there's something missing now.
Yeah, I think there is. And that's because our glasses are empty.
They sure are.
Okay, Les, so you gave me a theme to really pair a nice bottle with this game, and that theme was reaching for glory. And so, you know, I'm a whiskey lover. I make no excuse about it. So I feel that like every time I reach for a bottle, I'm reaching for something that's rich, that has flavor, there's complexity, but I also look for the nice story to go along with it. So I'm reaching for glory when I grab a bottle of whiskey.
Excellent. Just like our gardeners, our courtiers, and our soldiers, we're looking to bring the most glory to the White Castle that we're occupying.
Yeah, which I'm really looking forward to, and I really think the bottle that I've paired
I'm
with
super
this
excited.
is going to do just that. So I think this bottle lines up. So let's do the reveal, and then we'll go into what we're going to enjoy. So I have for you to enjoy reaching for glory. I think a lot will say that this matches that theme.
I can't
Let's go for it all the way Royalty of Kentucky, really.
Ooh. Oh, you got all fancy with this.
I got all fancy.
Little smoke there?
Yeah. I love it.
I'm dying to see what's inside.
You don't get to see it, though.
No, I get to smell it, though.
Let's see. We have Blanton's Original.
Wow. Now, Steve, I have tried Blanton's before.
Okay.
But it has been a number of years since I was out there. I'm probably talking 6, 7, 8 plus years.
Yeah.
But I actually toured the Buffalo Trace Distillery where they make and bottle this stuff.
Yeah.
But you'll never find a more fancy, cool looking bottle.
It is.
And I know there's a story with the little guys on top, so I'm excited to hear what you've got to say about this
You got
bottle.
the little grenade, right? So it's a beautiful bottle, and I think it really is going to go with that. Like you're reaching for glory. Look at that. The little horseman is reaching for glory in the Kentucky Derby. There's so much going on with this bottle. So let's talk about it. Why can we say that? Because you know what? It's funny, when you look at and you really do some research into Blantons, there's an awesome story that goes along with it. And part of it was that what we're drinking, the Blanton's recipe, was never meant for just anybody.
Ooh, okay.
It was always meant for like ambassadors and dignitaries and really just the close friends of the distiller that originally had the recipe for this, which his name was Colonel Albert Blanton.
So fancy people, just like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So now it is obviously a lot more available majority of the time. It's a highly sought after bottle though, and it'll clear out, and in fact there's a lot of memes and a lot of TikToks on you don't go into your local liquor store and ask for Blantons, right? Because there's just so much of that's been going on. However, what's inside is really kind of cool. So what that Colonel Blanton, when he would find a barrel that was just special. And he always seemed to find a really special barrel from Warehouse H, which is right in the middle. It's like the sweet spot.
It's like Hall H at Gen Con. It's the best one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and they called it like the middle cut. So it was in the middle of the rick house, and so he would grab the barrels and he would find this like really good stuff, and that's what went into the original recipes. So Blantons really didn't actually come around. So like this bottling and how you have the little horseman on top, none of that came about until 1984 when the then master distiller Elmer Lee, he came out with like basically an homage to that original Colonel Blanton's, and they designed the bottle. It's like a little grenade, and they put the cool horseman on top. So every single bottle is kind of like a collector's piece, because if you look at just down by the foot of the horse at the back, you see the little A?
Yep.
So we have an A. If you collect all of them, it will spell out Blantons. So each of them, you get a B, you get a T, you get an N, you get an S, so they all spell out Blantons.
And if you put them in order, it's a horse running.
It is.
Which is super
so it's
cool.
in motion too, right? Yeah, which is really, really neat. So that was kind of cool. That's a really neat, distinct feature about this bottling of Blantons. Now so this is like the original. So this is the like kind of your base model, if you will, or their base.
I thought we were royalty, Steve.
I know. So there's gold and there's platinum. There's a whole bunch of different ones as well. I've had the gold and I've had this one, and right, like some of those ones, like we're not going to get them. They're so sought after and so looked for that you're not going to find them unless you get on secondary and all that kind of stuff. So collectible. I think that this really does fit the bill of reaching for glory. Horses reaching for glory. That bottle is really cool, but does the juice live up to that?
If memory serves me correctly, I have a feeling it's going to. Steve, you got to get in that thing.
Because it's been a long time. The last time I had Blantons was gold. I am interested to see if this lives up to that. So let's go for it. It almost feels wrong.
Well, they make it easy.
They do make it easy. However,
we're gonna have to hit it.
Throw it at you. All right, so all the way from Kentucky, we have Blanton's Original.
Ooh, okay.
That's so awesome.
That is a beautiful.
What a collector's item.
Check that out.
That looks beautiful on anybody's bar. That's really cool.
That is pretty amazing.
All right. So, whiskey is personal. One guy's meh is another guy's dream. So,
well, there's some meh that's pretty meh.
but there's so.
Does anyone try Gold Bar?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. No, this is going to be way better than Gold Bar. I know that already. All right, let's have a nice sip of this.
Oh, I like the glugs. Oh, it smells all right.
All right. Just put that guy there. Ooh, that does smell really good. That's very nice.
So initial nose. I feel like it's still going to open up a little bit. It's a little mild on the nose.
Yeah. But it still has like the caramels, like all the normal bourbon notes are really, really nicely there, which is what you want. Right? Like if I'm opening a bottle of bourbon, I want it to smell like a bourbon.
Now the spice level for it seems very, very mild.
Yep.
Now this does have that sweet caramel.
I believe it's a 40, yeah, it's 46.5% ABV. Yeah.
It does definitely open up the longer it sits.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, which is normal. That's gonna do that. Actually, I'm really quite enjoying that now.
Still a little milder, but it's definitely pleasant. Shall we go in?
Yeah, okay. Let's get in there. Let's see how it goes.
It's interesting because I didn't get much spice in the nose, but I do get a lot of spicy flavors when I'm drinking it.
Yeah, it's got that little bit of that kick to it, right?
It's actually a little milder on the sweetness.
Yeah, I was thinking just from the nose, like some of that vanilla, those baking spices, that kind of thing, were kind of coming out, and it is light.
I get kind of like a toasted type flavor.
Yeah,
like toasted oak.
Yeah. So with a really nice bourbon, I love to get like those. It's almost like a baked apple pie. Like you've got that caramel, you got that buttery to it. I'm not getting a lot of that.
No.
So I'm hoping that as we play, it's gonna kind of open up a little bit more.
What it lacks there, though, like I do love the mouthfeel of this, and I love the spiciness. And the mouthfeel may be because of the 46.5, it gives you a little more.
Yeah, it's got a little
more of the tingles.
There. Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's still a little mild, but it's quite nice.
It's nice. It's nice. I'm a little underwhelmed, and I remember that with the gold because someone was sharing with me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm excited to have some gold," and I was a little bit underwhelmed at that time. So
take that, horse.
I was hoping the A would give it a little bit extra kick, but anyways, I'm hoping that's going to open up as we play because I still think like you grab a bottle of this.
Oh, super cool.
You're reaching for glory either way. Because it's Blanton's, it looks cool, it's amazing.
Excellent. And I can't wait to play find that with this game too. I think you're going to feel a little overwhelmed the first round, maybe even the first two.
Sure.
But as we get into it, you'll start to see kind of more of the beauty of it. The other thing I'll say about it is that all of the spots, all of the locations on the board are cards that get shuffled and swapped out every time.
Okay.
So every time you play this game, the symbols that are available to you, even the colors of dice that grant the actions, are all very, very different. Now I've already, through means of randomness, decided that I'm going to go first. And just
how did that work?
Well, I mean, I'll kind of get to show you kind of the actions or whatnot for it. But what that grants you as a benefit is that when you go second, there are a series of 3 different sets of cards here that you can take.
All right.
So whenever you select them, you're going to choose which row of items that you want. If you take this card, it'll go here, and then whenever you take one of these actions, you'll get to put a warrior out, of course paying its cost for it. This one you'll get to put a gardener out, this one you'll get to go to the The courtier to the gates then for it.
Okay.
Now, the other thing you'll get is you'll also get the top card that goes along with that. And what the top card will do is grant you your starting resources. So 2 of these cards will grant you these cards. So notice the symbols there up at the top match. And what these do is they line up here. So whenever you take the lighthouse action, you'll get whatever those resources are. You'll also start off with, in this case, 2 food, an iron, 2 money, and a daimyo.
Okay.
This one here, you get a fan. Which red fans in this game are immediate points.
Okay.
Yellow fans are at the end of the game. So every time you take a lighthouse action, you'll get a point for it.
Okay.
And then you get to choose any one resource of your choice. You get 2 money and 2 daimyo.
Okay.
This one doesn't have an extra card or ability with it, but it does give you 1 food, extra. 2 iron, 1 mother of pearl, 3 money, and a daimyo for it. So you get to choose which set of these that you would like to collect.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of like this first one.
Okay. So you get to put this.
And then, so this one's going to go
that
here.
one goes at the bottom.
Okay.
And then you get the resources on that. So you get 2 food, which you just move your little marker up by 2. 1 iron. We'll give you 2 cash.
And I get
a daimyo seal. Now you'll also notice the daimyo seals, you can spend 2 daimyo seals to get 1 resource of any type.
Okay.
You can also spend a daimyo seal to get a coin at any point in time.
Okay.
And at the end of the game, there's fan markers here. So if your resources are up there, you'll collect income that way.
Okay.
With this, after you've collected your resources from it, you can take it, put it face down, and add it to there. So every time you do the lighthouse action, you'll get more things.
Nice.
And this is where the courtier is kind of cool, because whenever the courtier ends their turn in a room, you get to collect the card that's up here. This one goes face down, and then keeps building your abilities every time you take a lantern action in that way.
All right.
So with this, I'm kind of partial to this one here, so I'm going to grab this. I'll put that there. I get any 1 resource of my choice, which is pretty trash. I'm going to take a food, because I want to put gardeners out. Because I've got this here. And then I get this down here. And then these 2 get discarded. Okay.
You didn't get the other stuff on the card?
I think I got everything on it. Oh, no, thank you. I get 2 money, and I get 2 daimyo. Thank you very much, Steve. That's awesome.
No problem.
We also have little reference cards here, which just show you got like the symbol to put out a gardener. Gardeners cost food.
Okay.
You got the training yard, costs iron, puts out a soldier. You get the bonuses that are up top. And then 2 coins to put out a courtier, and then mother of pearl to advance them up.
All right.
Okay, so now we're locked and loaded. And my focus is right now, I want to get food because I want to put a gardener out. So I got a few options to get food. I could go here to collect the food. But if I'm looking at the board and looking where there's food readily available, it seems like this red action over here is my best bet. So I put that there. Because it's 2 higher than 3, I get 2 coins.
Okay.
I can spend a daimyo in order to put a courtier at the gate. So I'm going to spend that daimyo.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend my 2 coins, which is the cost to put a courtier at the gate. So he'll go here. And then I don't have any mother of pearl, so I can't advance him up, but he's going to just chill and hang at the gate.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I can take the second red action, which is collect 2 food, which is the reason why I went there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's my turn, and now it's your turn. Oh, and actually, after you take a dice from here, the one that's in the middle slides to the side that the dice was taken from.
Okay. All right, so I have to kind of decide what I want to do.
If you've got any questions, throw them out.
Well, I mean,
it is a little overwhelming at first when you're looking at the board.
I don't really know what I want to do, what I want to try and accomplish at the moment.
You're like a teenager finishing school. I have no idea what I want to do.
I don't know what to do. Right. Okay.
There is also this handy reference card which shows which all of the symbols are.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go for it. I can collect some extra cash and all that kind of good stuff.
Now you do have, 2 food. Some of these, all the ones on the left here, you could actually put a guy out on if you wanted to. On the warriors, the first spot there takes just 1 iron. So you do have some options if you want to put people out. Yeah. In this game, putting people out is really, really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Okay, cool. You know what I'm going to do is I am going to take... I'm going to take this 6,
okay,
and I'm going to place it here, which gives me $3.
Excellent.
Yep, $3. Yep. So then I get this here. So I get a point?
So, yes. So with that, you get to increase on the influence track. And on the influence track, actually...
Am I blue or what color? Oh, yeah.
On the influence track, whoever is furthest up the track at the end of the round will go first for the following round.
Okay.
Okay, so you got that.
And then the second one, I can pay one of these.
Pay a daimyo.
And that gives me...
the ability to put a gardener out on the bridge.
Ooh. And the gardener is only... You just pay 2?
So you pay based on where they go, and you pay with food.
Oh, okay. Well, let's put a gardener out. And we might as well go for one of the 2, because I've got 2 food. Does it matter which...
It's just the price you pay, and then to the right of that will be the benefits that you get from
I see. Okay.
So this one here, you actually get to take any white benefit in the castle area.
Okay.
This one here, you collect 2 daimyo. This one here, you collect 3 coins.
Okay. Any of the white, so all of these?
Yeah.
I can take? Any?
Not the white dice, the white spaces.
Oh, the white
So any one of the white spaces you can take the ability for.
Oh, okay. Let's do that one.
So that's pretty good. So you got to pay 2 food.
Pay 2, yep. So I'm back down to 0. And...
and you have to pay your daimyo as well for that one. So we'll take that. Yep. And then you get to collect your white action. So you can take any one white action that's on the board.
One white action.
Yep. So that is $1, plus you get to take the benefit of the well, which is a daimyo plus 2 resources.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty solid. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you get $1, plus you get a daimyo, plus you get a food and an iron if you want to increase your markers accordingly.
Iron and a food. Okay.
Okay. Excellent. I really want to get a gardener out. So I think I'm going to, and actually I'll put this over on the side here. I got $2. I think my gardener actions are, the only one is really the one at the bottom. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to take from this side here, and I'll put that over here. So I do have to pay 2 coins for that, which I have. Because I took from this side, I get the lantern ability. So I actually get a point there, and I get a food for that. So
was I supposed to get that?
No, because you haven't taken it from the left side yet.
That's right. Sorry.
And then I get to take my ability to put a dude out. So I'm going to take this here, and I do have 4 food. So I think I'm going to, I could go on the right side, but they all require me to pay money to get a second benefit from it. So I think I'll just go over here, which will cost me 2 food, 1, 2, and then I get to collect 2 daimyo for it.
Nice.
Okay, and that is my turn.
Well, that's your turn. Okay. So what do I want to do now? That'd be kind of cool.
Well, I guess I also could have taken a personal action because that is my ability over here too. Which probably would have been, I didn't have the money for it, so it's all good.
All right, so what I think I am going to do is I like, yeah, let's do that. I like this 3. So I'm going to put him here.
Excellent. So you get your lantern ability.
Okay. So I get a coin
and a mother
I get
pearl.
A mother of pearl.
So you got to slide your marker up for that.
1. Good.
Okay, excellent.
And then I get this.
Which is 2 mother of pearl.
2 mother of pearls. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, and then same thing with this. That dice kicks out there. I am thinking I need, well, actually, if I could put another gardener, that'd be pretty sweet. I don't have any cash, though. However, I can trade a daimyo for $1. So I'm going to trade a daimyo for $1. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Because if it needs to be a red dice for me to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to take something else, and maybe I don't have any money, I don't have any iron, so I want to collect resources. I think what I may do is I'm going to draft from this side here. So I'll do that. I'll collect $3.
Okay.
I got my lantern ability, which is a point and a food. And then I'll collect a food and an iron. And that felt pretty good. Okay, your final turn for this round.
Well done. Okay. So if I go here again, what is this doing?
So that's is to put a courtier at the gate, which you have to pay $2 for.
Not food, just $2.
$2.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 5, gives me $1.
It does.
And then I will pay $2.
Yep.
To put one of my courtiers, which is this guy.
No, it's the top row.
Oh, top one. Sorry.
Oh, which actually, looking.
Oh, I put the wrong one.
I put the wrong one. So you can use that guy. We'll put
the
a
gardener. Yeah, I should have known. He has a big hoe.
Yeah.
All right, and he's going here.
He's going there.
Okay.
So you paid your 2 coins.
Yep.
You can now also spend Mother of Pearl to advance. So if you've got 2, you can advance 1 space up. Okay. If you've got 5, you can advance 2 spaces up.
So if I advance 1 space, I'm going to one of these.
Right, and what you're actually going to do is whatever card you pick up will replace here. So if you take one of these actions, you'll get whatever's in each of those rows.
Okay.
And then this one will become further income for you down
So
here.
it stays on this side?
You can choose to put your guy either here, here, or here, and then you'll take that card and keep it, and we'll draw a new one for
it. And but that card goes this way?
It does, yes.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of like that. All right, I'm going to pay the 2.
Excellent. So it's Mother of Pearl.
2 Mother of Pearls.
Good.
Mother of Pearl.
And you can advance your courtier up to...
I feel like I'm swearing when I'm saying that.
Mother of Pearl.
Okay. And then, yeah, so I can go up 1. Let's see. Which one do I like? I kind of think I like this one here.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to take this one.
Okay. So what you do with that is this card here now flips upside down.
Ooh.
Excellent, and that one replaces it. We then draw a fresh card from here and put it there.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's only 3 dice left on the tables here, on the bridges. So that signifies the end of the game, or the end of the first round. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine the next player order for the following round. So you are the furthest on the reputation track. So we'll swap these 2 guys around to indicate that you're now
those guys are doing
player 1 for this turn. We're then going to collect all the dice up. If you want to grab all the rest of the ones off the board.
Sure do.
And you want to give them a good roll.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we now place them from lowest to highest on the bridge. Excellent. Okay, great. And you go first.
I go first.
Oh, and we have to advance our fish.
Yep. It's like a fish dragon type
thing.
Yeah.
The second round.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so round 2, and Steve, you're up.
All right, so I need to try and kind of figure out what I want to do. I only have 1 food, so that means I can't really put out another gardener. And all those guys stay there?
They all... Oh, and actually... Oh, I missed that. We had a dice left on each bridge, right?
We did.
Okay, so one of the things that I missed is that you get to collect the reward if there's a dice on each bridge where your gardeners are. As long as there's at least 1 dice left. And I think in our case there was a dice
one
left on
every
each
single
row.
one. Yep.
So with here, you get to collect another white action of your choice.
Oh, okay.
And I will get another 2 daimyo here.
Okay, so I've got a little bit to decide what I want to do. Nothing gives me food. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to take 2 food.
Nice.
Okay.
Sweet. And now you get to go. I felt like there was something that was missing. So it's really those 3 steps. You do your order, you do the bridges, and then you advance the round marker.
Okay. So I apologize, but I forget if I go into one of these. So like say I go here.
You would get 2 food.
Okay.
Plus whatever's in the top row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it can be pretty good. And that's why getting those guys out there is really beneficial, but you need high dice to do that. Yeah.
Which is quite available, in fact. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 6, the high 6, and it's going to go there.
Nice.
So I collect 2 food, 1 and 2. And then I pay $1.
You get $1.
I get $1.
And you get the well action,
And I get
which is a daimyo, and a food and an iron.
And a food. Throwing them around.
Get rid of it. That's right.
Food.
So I'll slide this one down.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Can't be that high. I'm there. 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So that was pretty good.
That was nice. I like it.
I think I want to get I have no iron, but I would like some money. So I think I'm going to try to get out a guard. I have got no mother of pearl, so I can't do anything on that front. So collecting iron, I think my best bet, is actually here. So I like this. So I'm going to grab a 5. I'm going to put it here. So I have to pay $1 because I'm 1 short. But then I get 2 iron, 1, 2. And I actually get to put out another gardener. So I'll take my gardener. I do have 4 food. So I think I'm going to stick, they're all too expensive to gain the ability there. I think I'm going to keep it cheap still. I'm going to stick this guy here, which allows me to collect $3 because I'm desperately in need of cash. And I spend just 1 food to put him there. Okay, and you're up.
Okay.
I will say with the gardeners too that we can each have 1 character on each of the garden spaces.
Oh, so I can do that?
You can take the ones I've taken as well.
Okay. Okay. So this guy goes down here?
It sure does.
All right. Okay, so what I think I am going to do is I'm going to take the 4 over. I'm going to take this 4.
Okay, that's a good call.
And I'm going to place him right here.
So you're balanced, but you did take it from the left side.
Yep.
So you do get your lantern bonus.
So I get
a coin, a mother pearl, and you get to advance on the reputation track.
Perfect. All right, and then I get to do this, which is...
Pay $2 to put out a courtier.
I am going to do that.
Excellent.
My courtier comes out.
Right, and then you can also spend mother of pearl to advance up the castle. So you just have 2 mother of pearl, so you can move 1 guy up. You can either move the guy...
Or I can move him.
You can move him up, or you can move the new guy at the gate up.
So what's the purpose? Oh, they're worth more.
Yeah, they're worth more points, yeah.
At the end of the game. All right, I'm going to do 2, and I'm actually going to move him.
And you can put him there or there, whatever you prefer.
I'm looking to see what I want to do. Let's go here.
So again, the card on your board, you now flip face down. Not that one, sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
On your player board.
This one?
Yeah, that's right. That flips down, becomes income. You get to collect that card. That's your new dashboard card, and then you get to put out a replacement card for the one that you, nope, yep, there you go. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, cool.
Okay, I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this here, so I got to pay $2 for that. But I do get my lantern bonus, which gives me a point up here and gives me a food. Excellent, and then that allows me to put out a guy as well. So I'm going to put out a lantern dude, and I'm going to put a guy out here, which costs me 4 food. Excellent. I'm then going to pay 3 coins, which allows me to put out a warrior. And for warrior, I've got 3 iron, so I'll put him in the 3 iron space.
Yep.
I'll spend that. And then that 3 banner ability with the dice on it allows me to take any one of these abilities here.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to collect the black ability, which gives me 1, 2, 3 iron. It allows me to collect income, so I'll gain another point. I'll get another food, and then I could put another warrior out on another gardener out, but I can't afford any of the food that goes there.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. That felt like a fairly robust turn then.
Nice. All right, I'm just looking at the colors here and trying to decide what I want to do for that. For some reason, I really feel like I want to put out another gardener.
Always good.
Food, and then so my brain is not where I got lots of food.
You're looking for the bridge icon.
Okay.
So the bridge icon right now, there's one over here.
Okay.
and there's one here, but it costs you a daimyo to put out, which isn't a terrible thing either.
No.
There's also the one down here as well, which again, you got to pay a daimyo for.
Oh, okay. Yep. There it is there. So, well, but, okay, so I'd have to do the
have to use the red dice.
Have to use the red for that one. And for this one, it's the black.
Yep.
Well, either one.
And I will say, we get to collect our bonuses for whatever bridges have dice left on them at the end.
Yeah.
So if you take all of the dice off one bridge, no bonuses for those gardeners.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Well, either way, I'm going to take off one of those. However, what I can do is I'm going to take this 4, and I will place it here. So I'll pay $1.
Okay.
And that allows me to put out one of these bad boys.
Excellent. And where are you sticking them?
And I can place him where... Oh.
You got 5 foods, so lots of options. Let me lay these guys down to kind of...
So this would allow me to do another one.
Yeah, you spend $3 and you can put out another guy. I mean, as long as you got the food for it.
I have 4.
Which you could do, because this is one food, yeah. That's not terrible.
That is not terrible. However, I can do one of these. All right, so I am actually going to go to here.
Excellent, so that's 3 food.
3 food, so I'm down to 2.
Good, and then if you spend $4,
$4,
you can then take
one of these.
One of those actions, yeah.
Any of them, doesn't
Any
matter.
of them.
And it allows me, it goes all the way to the end?
Right, so the top row would hit the top row, the bottom 2 rows would hit the bottom section.
So I'm going to do this, so I get 2 of those. 1, 2.
It's actually 3 you get.
Oh, is it 3? Oh, this one counts as well?
That's right.
Okay, that one's 3.
And then you get a daimyo, and you get a lantern action.
My lantern action is, so I get $1, please. I get
2 coins, a mother of pearl,
pearl,
and you advance up here.
Okay.
That's all right.
Okay. And I don't get this part here?
Well, you just did that.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I did do that.
Okay, so the final action for this round is for myself, and I think I want to go hard on iron. I can't really get that ability. Is there a get your banner ability? No, that just seems to be a thing that you have, which is cool. I do want more iron. I need mother of pearl. I think I'm going to go for the mother of pearl route. So I'll take this one here. And I can't do that. So I don't have any money. So we'll take this here. We'll put that there. So it's free. Oh, actually, yeah, it's free. And that seems like a terrible action. But it gives me 2 mother of pearl, which I need. Okay, fantastic. So that's the end of the second round.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we see who's ahead on the reputation track. You still are, so we keep the order there. Yeah. We now award bonuses for here. So you get to take any one white action that's face up on the board.
That's literally 3?
Yeah.
So I get
any 3 resources.
Any 3.
Yeah. Yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
Oh, which I'm so dumb. I should have taken. Oh, I didn't have the money for
No,
it.
you didn't have the money.
That's fine.
You're so stupid.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so stupid.
No. So any 3.
Yeah.
So let's go 1, 2, and 3.
Fantastic. I can spend $3 to put out a knight or warrior. I don't have it, but I can spend these 1 for 1. So I'll spend 3 daimyo in exchange for $3, which I will actually. So I'm going to take my $3. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of 1. So I'll trade 1 of those for $1, which I'm going to spend to put a knight out in the first little area.
This one here.
Excellent. And by putting a knight out there, I get $5.
Did you give yourself back 2 of your daimyos? Because you still spent 1. You didn't have 4. You didn't have 5.
I did have 5, yeah.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we did that. I did have to spend 3 money because it required 3. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I spent 3 to take that action, which gave me that. And then I get to collect 5. Good call. I don't know how or where I messed it up. But
I want to see the video on that.
I think that bounces it. Okay, we come down to here, and I get 2 daimyo. That's actually pretty sweet. And you can spend $4 if you have it to take another bottom action.
I don't have 4.
But if you want to spend your daimyo,
that's true.
You could crack one for cash.
And I do one of these.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, totally worth it.
Done.
Okay, so I'll take that in your money.
And my money. Okay.
And then you can take any one of those rows.
All right.
You can drop these 2 for the cash you need to put out a new courtier.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to do that.
That's a good call.
Yeah. So then I'll put on another.
So you're going to take the top one, which gives you 3 food.
3 food, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
And then the courtier action, which you just paid for. So you put a guy at the gates, and then you can spend Mother of Pearl to advance if you wish.
Well, that's right. I've got 2.
Which will allow one dude to advance a spot.
So if I move up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Might as well. Okay. Let's do that. So I'm going to move him here.
Okay, so you get your lighthouse ability.
Okay, so I get $2. I get Mother of Pearl.
And I'm going to up here. Yep. And then you can put him in one of those 2 spaces to immediately get the other benefit.
Oh. Do I do another? Yeah. I'm going to do.
And just lay him down in it, because he's the only one that can go there.
Okay.
And then you get to take your lantern ability again.
So $2 more.
A Mother of Pearl. And I advance you here.
Okay.
And as a notification, the next time you advance, you have to have a daimyo to spend in order to advance. Otherwise, you can't go any further.
Okay.
Okay, so we did that. We come down here, and I now collect my $3.
Nice.
Okay, so the round marker goes to round 3. We re-roll our dice. But before we do, Steve, I'd like to do a little reflection on the Blantons here. Has your thoughts or feelings kind of changed or morphed as we played?
So it's definitely opened up a lot more. I'm getting a little bit more like raisins, a little bit more. I'm getting more flavors out of it.
I like that you said the raisin, because I kind of get that flavor too.
Yeah. So it's got that, it's got that extra little bit there. So it's almost becoming like a cinnamon bun with raisins in it, which is kind of nice. So I think I'm starting to get the idea of why people are really fixated on Blantons.
I'm almost getting like a little like vanilla cake with sprinkles in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, which is nice. Like everybody's palate's a little bit different, so you're gonna pull a little bit something a little different. So like I said, I really think like I'm starting to get the idea of why people are really kind of fixated on it. So if every bottle kind of tastes the same like this, I can see why it's one of your favorite bourbons, because it's got all the characteristics of a good bourbon. I really think so.
All the characteristics of a good bourbon, but it also has its own nuance to it.
Sure.
If this is the flavor that you prefer or go to, I can see how you can easily get addicted or stuck on this thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. So my initial reaction to it has changed a little bit.
Good.
I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more.
Nice. Yeah. Well, let's enjoy the final round of this game.
Let's do it.
And you're up first, Steve. We just got to roll the dice here. Do we have them all?
Do we have them all? Yep.
Should have not. Oh, no, one on your board too.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my.
We're throwing dice everywhere. Things are going awry.
Rollies.
All right.
Okay, excellent. We got
kind of liking this. We got some good numbers going on here. I like it. I like it.
2, 4, 6, and 2, 4, 4. Okay. Dice Master.
Dice Master.
This is the final round. 3 more actions, and maybe it all comes down to this.
Okay. So I believe what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to take the 6, and he's going to go here.
Okay.
So I will collect 2 food.
4 food.
4 food.
Which you don't need any of.
I have 3 food.
The first before the,
so
3
can
food.
I,
Sorry, 3, 3.
Can I do this part last, or it has to be done first? Oh, so I was just kind of fixated on that. That's okay. All right, so I get $2.
Yep.
Because I can't take any more food.
Right.
All right, and then I can do this, which is take one of these guys, put him in the gate.
Yep.
So he cost me
$2.
Or do I?
Yeah, you got to pay your $2.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll do my $2, and then I'm going to pay So 5 moves 2 spaces.
That's right, and 2 moves 1.
Can I do 2 twice?
You cannot,
I can only do 1.
That's right.
All right, cool. I'm going to pay 5, so I'm going down to 2.
Oh, no, this is Mother of Pearl you're spending.
Excuse me. Oh, I can only do 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move this guy here. Ooh, which one do I want? So now I got to decide.
Yep, that's right.
So, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, some cool things.
Really kind of do good things for you.
They do.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to go here.
Okay.
Take that card. So this one goes...
This one goes face down.
Face down. And this one comes over.
Excellent.
Here.
And draw a new one to replace it.
All right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, so this one comes down on the bridge. And I think I want to get another person out on the bridge. So I got lots of money right now, but I may need money. So I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to go here. So I have to pay $2 for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives me 1, 2, 3 iron. 1, 2, 3. It allows me to take a lighthouse ability, which gives me a point, and allows me to take a food. And then it gives me a bridge ability. So with the bridge ability, I've only got 2 food, but there is a vacant spot up there. I can put a guy. So I will take my gardener. I will put him here, and I'll spend the 2 food. And then I get a white action. So I can take any 1 white action.
Nice.
I think I'm going to take the 3 resources from here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going to take my bridge action. Actually, I did 1, 2, 3 iron. I took my bridge action. Oh, the guy's now gone. So I'll take my extra iron for the one that's just been revealed.
No, I didn't do that. That's okay.
And actually, as I
could anyways.
think about this, I did my lighthouse. No, it wasn't revealed.
Okay.
Then, right. Oh, and I just took my garden.
Because you did.
Yeah, I jumped ahead. I jumped ahead.
I
jumped ahead. Okay, so I feel like I put this guy down here. No, I didn't. I took my thing. I got my 3 actions. I came back. I put my gardener out on the bridge. Okay, we are done and satisfied.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's kind of, once you get chaining stuff, it's kind of a little tricky to track this.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. All right, so I really want to get one of my knights out, my samurai, but I'm trying to find where that is.
However, I don't think I took my...
Yeah, you did.
Because I don't have any food. Oh, I spent my food. Never mind.
Your food.
Yeah.
Quit trying to cheat. Cheetah.
Don't hate the player.
So I suppose I could do this, which would allow me to bring him out, right?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, it would actually, because if you pay... Oh, if you pay a daimyo.
I don't have a daimyo.
If you're looking for a way to get them out for free, there's the section down there.
Oh, there it is there. Okay.
Right. Or there are some... I guess that's really the only way.
Yeah, I'm trying to look, because there's not any on any of the cards, is there?
Oh, that was the thing I wanted to do. Oh, no. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Right. Yes. Carry on.
Right, yes. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I need the 1+. No, that's 1, that's 1. Cost, that's cost. All those things are costing me. So, that stinks. Well, I really want to get a guy out. So I'm going to take this guy here.
Okay.
And he's going to go here.
Excellent. So you get your lantern ability.
So I get $2, please.
$2. A Mother of Pearl. You can't advance because you don't have a daimyo.
I don't. Yep.
But you do get your first point.
I get my first point. Woo.
Excellent.
Okay, so that allows me to put one of these guys out.
That's right.
Okay, And I have lots of money.
So you might as well go for the 5.
So what's this one?
So that is take any one white dice ability. So anywhere where there's a white dice, you can take that ability there.
Plus I get 2, but I don't have, although I can take my white. Is that any gives me? Yes, it does. So I'll do my white first. So I do 5, so I'm down to 1.
Yep.
So I'll do my white first. So I'm going to do this. Which
nice. That's so smart.
One of those.
So that gives you that.
And it gives me a point.
Yep. So I'll slide you up there. And then you can spend your 1 marker and collect your 2 things. That's right.
Okay.
That worked out not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Okay.
Okay, so this comes down. And I do have the iron. I want to get a guy out. So you've taken that one though. The others all require the payment of, actually, are there any others up there? No. But there's this. So if I can get a gardener out, but I have no food. However, okay, this is where the magic begins. We're going to take this. We're going to stick it here. We're going to...
Cost you 1.
Cost me 1. And then we collect 2 food. 1, 2. And then I get the bridge ability.
Yeah.
So with the bridge ability, I'm going to trade 2 of these for a food. And that will allow me to put this guy here at a cost of 3 food. Then I can spend $4. And with that $4, I can take one of my actions down here. So down here, I'm going to take my food action, which gives me 1, 2 food, gives me the bridge action, which I don't have any more dudes to put out. So I guess, oh, I don't want to take the bridge action, then I'm going to go back down to, and I'm going to take the Mother of Pearl action just to stick me up at the top at Mother of Pearl. And my turn is done.
Okay. Oh, this is...
That was exciting, Steve.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
All right, so now I'm looking out here and seeing what do I want. So I feel like I really want to get another gardener out, but I don't have any of, what are these guys called again?
I
don't have
Daimyo.
These bad boys.
Yeah, so I mean, there's ways you can get one. You can
I
get
know,
one
I
there.
can do that, yeah.
You can get one down here.
But I also would really like to move.
You could advance a courtier and get 2.
Yeah. So the courtier is advanced with this guy. Where are they? That's the only one? No, there's one there. Okay. So let's do, why not? Oh, I only have one. I only have one mother of pearl. I only have 1. And I have none of those. Oh, all right.
It's tough.
So what I'm gonna do for this turn, so we have
really 1 turn each left, and that's
we
it.
only have 1 turn left. Okay. Oh, man. I have no Mother of Pearl to help me out, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I got loads of food, so I would love to bring out another. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 6. It's going to go here. So I get a buck, please, and thank you. All right. And I'm going to do, I'm going to bring out one of these bad boys.
Gardener.
A gardener. I have loads of food, so I'm going to go here.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. So 4 food.
I'm going to go down to 3.
And then if you spend $3, you can take another one of those.
And I'm going to.
I figured.
So I'll spend $3. So I can take another one of these guys. And... that gives
2
me
food.
2 of those. Yeah, so I'm going to do this one.
Okay.
So that's 2 food.
Yep.
And that gives me 2 of these guys.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my final action. And I've only got $1 left. I do have a ton of mother of pearl. I do have a ton of iron. I think I need to get a courtier advanced up. So, courtier actions. There are one that I can see on the board. It requires a black dice. I have to take from this side because that's, no, you know what, I can get fancy. I'll take from this side. I'll pay $2, which I'm going to take one of those. I'm going to take one of these.
Okay.
Okay, so I pay for it. Oh, crap. Okay, we're going to back that up.
Oh, you can advance yours.
I can't. Okay. Because I'm going to take this back, I'm going to take this back.
Okay.
Okay, I'll spend the 4 so it doesn't cost me anything. I then got to pay $2, which I'll take this and I'll take this for to get my courtier up here.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend 5 in order to advance one courtier 2 spaces. So I'm going to take him and stick him up here.
Okay.
I'll grab this, which we'll put this down here. And that up there. Fantastic. And that is my final turn.
Is that it?
That's it. There's 3 dice left.
3 dice left. Okay.
So no bonuses for there.
No.
Because there's no dice left on the bridge. Down here, we each get each of these bonuses. So I get 2 of these. You get 2 of these. You can spend $4 to take one of the personal actions here. I don't have the money.
Look at that. I have $4.
Oh, check that out. That's lovely.
Yeah, I might as well do that.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So I can do one of these?
Yeah, any one row.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to do this row. So I get 3 iron. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And I get
actually
my
4
lantern.
iron.
Oh, that's right. I always forget to count this first one.
You get your lantern.
Get lantern. So $2. A mother of pearl.
Yep. Advancement there and advancement there. That was all right then. And did you give yourself the 2 mother of pearls at the end?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did not.
No, you didn't.
Excuse me very much.
Okay, very nice. And then we come down to the bottom bridge. I get $3. And you can spend $3 more if you wish to put out another gardener.
Oh, I can't feed him.
You can.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that and...
that. Yep.
Yep.
So he's going to go here.
Yeah, fantastic. And you fed him your food. Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. And that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so we go into final scoring then.
Let's see how this goes.
So final scoring. We're going to add up all the points that we have from our dudes on the bridges. Okay. So you just total up the number here. So, I mean, I can help you with yours too. Because
I can't see it from here.
But we got 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12, plus 7 is 19.
So we both have 19.
Yeah, we both have 19.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll slide us up here. You're at 2, I'm at 5. So you're at 3 and I'm at 5. So you're going to go 22 and I'm going to go 24.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. That's funny. We taught on the bridges.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to total up our iron, or our soldiers. So our soldiers, it's the number of soldiers we have, or at least the points underneath where the soldier is, times the number of courtiers we have in the castle. So underneath your warrior, there's 2 fans there. So it's 2 times 1, 2. So you get 4 points for your warrior. So we can slide your marker up by 4.
No, these guys
don't count.
They're not
at the gate. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay. For my guys, I've got 2 as well, even though I got 2 separate people, but 1, 2 times 1. So I pick up just 2 points for that. Then we score for our people at the gate.
Okay.
So the people at the gate are each worth 1 point. Okay. So you get 2 points, and I get 1.
Okay.
And then we score for our courtiers in the castle. So you've got 10 plus 3 is 13, which 28 plus 13 puts you around at 41.
Okay.
And for myself, I just have 6 points. Okay.
Yep.
So then we look at where you are on the reputation track. So you get 3 extra points for where you're on the reputation track.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Then we look at the resources that we have. So I get 1 point for my iron because it's at or above the 1 line.
Okay. I have 2.
You get 2 points. And then we take our money. So basically all of our money and all of our influence, every 5 that we have of those is worth a point as well. So I've got 6 in total. So that gives me 1 more point.
I only have 3.
You only have 3, so you don't get any more points for it.
Okay.
So you have won the game with 46 points. I've come in second place with 35 points. Steve, this is the White Castle. What did you think of our playthrough?
Okay, so it's a lot.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It is a lot, and I really still don't know. Like, I have to play it again because I almost still don't know what I've done.
Okay.
Without getting a lot of help from you and being like, okay, well, how do I do this again? It is a lot of thinking involved because you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. How do I get the gardener out? I want to get my samurai out. How do I get my samurai out? So there's a lot of that. Now, I mean, the next time I play, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll have a better idea. I love that these change.
Yeah.
That is really, really
it's a
cool.
Neat mechanic.
And I love that they changed like throughout here as well. I really, really love that because it's going to change the way the game plays.
Every time you play, it's very, very different.
Yeah, I love that. Anytime that happens, that's an awesome mechanic because then you're not just doing the same thing over and over and over again every time you play. So I really like this game.
And I've really enjoyed this game as well. I like the dice drafting element. I like the fact that whatever bridges have dice left on them at the end, you get the bonuses again from your gardeners. Yeah. I like the fact that you can play on your own board, and the more workers you get out, the better that you build your engine up there. Yeah. I really enjoy the White Castle, and I think the bourbon that you selected to go through our playthrough and a pairing of this was pretty spot on.
I think so too. He gave me the theme reaching for glory, and I kind of looked through my collection and looked, okay, what do I have still available? And I immediately was like, oh, I gotta grab that. Because just look at it.
Yeah, there's something special about it.
Look at that bottle. It's amazing. Now, I have to say, first sips, I was kind of taken back to the time when my friend gave me some of their gold. And I was like, I'm a little underwhelmed. Now, I believe it was a fresh crack as well. So he just cracked it open. We had a little bit. I think you need to let this air. And as it airs out, I'm starting to really get why people like it.
And I think that actually makes it the perfect fit for a playthrough of the White Castle. Because the first time you play it, it's a little just like, okay, it's okay. But once this game clicks for you, you only have 9 turns throughout the entire game. But once you start chaining things across the bridge and the training yard and the castle itself, you can do so much with one action by chaining the right combos. And it's by having a few different playthroughs of it that you get that experience and that knowledge, and you really start to enjoy it. And I think that's where this sits. First initial taste, it's a little kind of underwhelming, or a little, you know, a little different. But once you start to appreciate the nuanced flavor that is there, it becomes quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it opens up. Like I was starting to get those raisins, and like, so it's more than just the normal vanillas and caramels and that kind of thing that you get with the normal bourbon. Like any bourbon that you grab is going to have kind of those. So this starts to open up a little bit. I agree. The game has opened up for me, and I really started to, I wanted more rounds, because then you do like, okay, I understand, and then I'm like, oh, I don't get to play anymore, but that's okay, because we're going to reset and we're going to play again. I really, really like this game. You know what's funny is I said I recognized it because the last time I was at the game store, I actually looked at this game.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, that looks really kind of interesting. Maybe I would grab it. And I didn't that time, but that's a good one for the collection.
And I like what Devir does with their games as well, because they get really big games in really small boxes, but there's not an inch of wasted space in here. I really enjoyed the White Castle. I really enjoyed the Blantons. Steve.
Les?
I think we've learned a very valuable lesson.
I think we have.
And that is, if you're going to play the 1 to 4 player dice drafting game, the White Castle, you want to pair it with.
Ooh, do you ever want to pair it with Blanton's Original?
What you also want to do is like, subscribe, and comment. It means the absolute world to us.
Yeah, share with everybody. We really, really appreciate it. And comment. We love your comments.
Absolutely. My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Okay. We should be good now. This is